When she was born, she had a heart defect, so she had a couple of surgeries for that. And then I always think I can get through this, and I can't. On her third birthday, she and our son were in a car accident. She suffered a traumatic brain injury, and our son didn't survive. So she had brain surgery in August of 16 to fix and seal the leak that was in the back of her head. She was about 7 or 8 when we recognized this, and the doctor wanted to do something. He was just puzzled as to what to do.
Especially when the doctor himself doesn't know what he's really talking about, and all he knows about it is what he just read, probably the day before when he was going over his notes. So it's definitely very difficult to learn something but not really know anything about what's going on.
We honestly had no idea what to do next.
Your mind can really wander and think about things that really aren't the case, but you just don't know what to believe. So the mystery of everything is very difficult.
The neurosurgeon, he was following our case, and he realized that she has superficial siderosis. We finally had a diagnosis: superficial siderosis.
8 billion people in the world.
And at the time, only 200 had been diagnosed.
That's 0.0000000
0.0025% of the population. That's right, 7 zeros. Because it's so rare, superficial siderosis often goes undiagnosed. Its symptoms are often mistaken for other conditions and even overlooked entirely. So now, after years of trying to find answers, we had a diagnosis, but nothing else.
No treatment, no step-by-step.
Just an unpronounceable name of an ultra-rare neurodegenerative disease that hadn't really been studied. We felt almost invisible. We thought there has to be more families like ours.
Out there struggling in the dark just like us, waiting for that guiding light.
And after talking it over, we realized that shining light had to be us. If we wanted to make any progress, we were going to have to get things going ourselves. But where do we start? Google, of course. And what came up? Well, almost nothing. But we came across a small website called Living with Superficial Siderosis.
And I sent an email to them. I said, "Hi, my name is Kyle Dempsey. I was reading through your website about superficial siderosis. Who are you?"
And that's how we met Rory and Gary Daniel. Gary had been living with SS for years. The Daniels would go on to say that they were hesitant to share their personal experiences at first, but they soon realized that while information is valuable, people also crave a connection with someone who understands the daunting journey of living with superficial siderosis. Now we had a place to start. We had a little momentum. And soon, the Superficial Siderosis Research Alliance was born. So we built a board of directors.
All volunteers.
But where other well-known diseases had executive directors, we didn't. We didn't have a director of development writing grants. We didn't have professional fundraisers on our staff. What we did have were friends, cousins, aunts, and families putting together silent auction baskets, organizing trail runs, or selling raffle tickets. We had a small grassroots team of volunteers. They were dedicated and passionate about the cause. And together we raised enough money to start research. Now all that we needed was someone willing to take on the challenge of researching a disease unknown to most of science. And that's when we found Dr. Michael Levy.
I specialize in the area of superficial siderosis. I'm at Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston, and I started my training at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, and that's where I saw my first patient with superficial siderosis. It was a young man going to the operating room for something unrelated, and when the surgeons, they heard superficial siderosis, they just threw their hands up and said, "What is this? We have no idea what this is." At the time, I never heard of superficial siderosis. I reviewed the literature. I couldn't find anything about it. It was very frustrating to me, but such a fascinating disease from a scientific point of view that I really took the opportunity to understand what was going on.
With Dr. Levy's leadership, the first dedicated superficial siderosis research lab was established at Massachusetts General Hospital, right alongside those studying ALS. For the first time, SS had a home in the world of cutting-edge neuroscience, and soon after, we started to hear more voices.
I am Mikko Pettinen from Helsinki, Finland, and I was diagnosed with SS in March 2023. I am a jazz musician, and I have composed music inspired by my challenges, experiences, fears, and frustrations about this disease.
My name is Kelly from Illinois, and I have superficial siderosis.
My name is Brenda Lloyd, and I have superficial siderosis.
Hi, I'm Fiona.
My name's Claire.
I'm Carol Bryant.
Gary.
My name is Sharon.
My name is Reese, and I'm from Wales.
And I have superficial siderosis.
To build on our momentum, we launched the SSRA website,
A hub for research, updates, resources, and most recently, established the first superficial siderosis patient registry to better connect patients and researchers.
In just 6 years, our community has grown. The Superficial Siderosis Research Alliance now connects thousands of people around the world. Families have shared their stories, sent in videos, and joined us to raise awareness for a disease that once felt invisible.
Everyone has their own reason for joining this fight, but together,
With the support of dedicated doctors, business leaders, and people who didn't always know where to start, just that they wanted to help, we have joined together to improve global research, drive advocacy, and push the clinical progress of superficial siderosis forward. So we've put superficial siderosis on the map. It now has a name, and a team, and momentum. And this historic symposium is the start of the next chapter. The Superficial Siderosis Research Alliance.